Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are still building up our armies, still working on Presidential Republic, and we are still... we don't need to reform the government. My free government reform period is over now, but once we get Presidential Republic, I can safely restore the situation we were in before. That said, things are going just fine. I kind of want to increase the size of the construction. Oh my goodness, we've got so much cash in the investment pool. Hold on now, friends. Let's build a bigger construction sector. Let's build a bigger construction sector by a bunch. I did not realize that our that things had gotten so so bananas big in the country. Alright, so how much? It's 28. Let's do a little more. And more over here as well. Not that many. And that's going to be a wave of construction sectors, and we'll put them at the top. And what that's going to do is that's going to help us build a lot faster and allow us to take more advantage of the absolute pile of cash that's here in the investment pool that we have not been taking full advantage of. Diplomatic ties with communist Hawaii. Gosh. Alright, cars are still heckin' expensive. So let's go ahead and build... We're going to need more steel mills for this situation. I'll tell you that much for free. Let's build up a set in Amazonas. Where did we get... Let's build a round of them in Zulia. We're actually in the process of filling the labor needs of Zulia. Baixo Paraguay we can continue to build up. There's tons of labor available there. And we'll build more in Minas Gerais. And we're going to probably need more glassworks to accommodate the additional glass needs of our construction sector. So we'll continue to build up Para and Goiás with another 6 levels each. Go away, tooltip. And that's going to further cost more glass. I'm going to turn one more of these glassworks into glass only. It's going to do... Let's do Rio de Janeiro, and we'll put another 12 levels in Rio de Janeiro as well. So we'll build a nice, solid baseline of glassworks. And then we'll build some more motor industries, because golly gee willikers, does everyone love all these Brazilian cars. Sao Paulo is a good place for 11 levels. Rio Grande do Sul for 1. And La Paz for 5. And we're going to need to talk about automating soon, because we are just doing so much. Diplomatic play happening here against the peasant revolt in Kutch. I can safely declare neutrality in this. I don't think that's going to pop off into some kind of greater European war. Ooh. So Italy is buying our motors. Oh, this is what's happening. We're producing so many motors into trade routes that it's gone fully bananas. Delicious bananas. I think we should build the glassworks in Rio de Janeiro first. How has the military increase affected our situation? It's okay. We're continuing to go up in prestige. Need a new general for the 1st Brazilian army. This guy is a brave defensive strategist, so he seems like the right person. There's nitrogen fixation. We can get a little bit more. We can get a little bit more fertilizer out of our fertilizer plants through that method. Oh man, that's going to make them totally unproductive. I'm sure we can sell fertilizer. I'm sure somebody needs fertilizer. Yes. Lots of places need fertilizer. We'll just set fertilizer to encourage exports, to make sure that as much fertilizer gets out of the country as possible. How's the price of grain? Grain is very affordable. Alright, so that shouldn't be a problem. I rarely implement the highest tier of agricultural methods because I just find that keeping the price of grain sturdy is very easy at the end of the game, and it's not, you're almost never in real shortages. Alright, I think we need a dedicated development plan for a lot of these areas in what used to be Chile. Let's get some tooling workshops here, a couple of textile mills, and a couple more arts academies. For Los Rios, food industries are a good bet. Textile mills are nice. Can't go wrong with paper mills. For Santiago, oh my goodness, Santiago. Didn't Santiago used to be the capital of Brazil? Or of Chile? Let's go ahead and build some glass-only glassworks here. And we'll build, 6 levels, and that should be just fine. Not much labor available, but that's alright. A campaign of banquets. Floriano Cabral da Silva's attendance at a bourgeois fundraising event in Rio de Janeiro has led to an uptick in funds promoting presidential republic. As the organizer at the end of the table stood to give a toast to the clear wisdom of the reform, he could not help but think of how closely the sound of his fork on the glass represented a coin falling into a bank, or a spent cartridge hitting the ground. Nourishment for the body and the budget. So, reduced enactment time, increased enactment chance. Or vast sums of money flowing into politics, you say, which is more of the both, but he gets grifter, which gives him reduced popularity. I'm going to go with the second one, because 20% enactment chance, 20% reduced enactment time, that's very good. We have another exploiting the Amazon thing. We can develop an Amazonian state. This one is Santa Cruz. This is the same event we're always having, so we're going to give migration traction there, and we'll circle back to it later once the time is right. Positive stage is almost sorted, so I'm feeling pretty good about that overall. And we got our glassworks in Rio de Janeiro fully built up. Rio de Janeiro. And where are they? Here we go. Oh no, they're not quite built up yet, because we're not on page 1 of the queue. Alright, brilliant. So that should really help things out. So standard of living is up to 14, which is really, really solid. So I think it might be time to start doing some automation of these less good jobs. So let's go ahead and flick on Steam Donkey for our mines. That's going to cost more engines and more coal, but that's okay with me. I could go to tractors, which will cost engines instead of tools for the farms. Maybe not. Maybe we won't do that. I think it's going to be productive. What do you think? It looks like it is. Well, at least go to steam-powered threshers for these ones. Oh my goodness, the wheat farms are not on the higher method. Well, that was really smart of me, huh? What a hero. Maize farms, we can do another increase. Alright, so that makes those much more productive. That's wonderful. Alright, and then... So what does that do to the coal supply? Because the coal supply is the thing that's really controlling how much of this we can do. I think we need to build up some more coal mines. Rio Grande do Sul has plenty of labor, so we'll build up a bunch of levels there. Parana has a bunch of labor, so we'll build some up there. And Mendoza has some coal mine capacity. And Patagonia does as well. And Los Rios has some as well. So that should be some useful stuff. Obviously, we're much lower in our cash balance, but we're building up huge, huge piles of... Gosh, is there still... Oh, this is only minus 3%. Ooh, the mechanization of farming. Why, how wonderful. The grand project of mechanizing agriculture throughout Brazil is complete. Never before have such abundant yields been tallied. I got a brand new combine harvester. That's fantastic. Do you think I could borrow it once you finish your harvest? Of course, I'll give you the key. I'm glad we can work together in such perfect harmony. Distribute surplus food to the poor, +1 minimum wealth for 5 years. Oh, that's really strong. But could yields be even higher? Extra throughput. I'm going to go with +3 minimum wealth. We've got a huge bonus to loyalists from standard of living increases, so I think that'll actually really, really help overall. Let's take a look at our institutions. We're on our way up to higher level health. I think we can definitely use a bit more government. So I'm going to go ahead and build a few more levels of those. We'll just round it out to a nice even 200 by building another 4 levels in Minas Gerais. Another... Now we don't need to go up to 100 yet. We'll build some... Anywhere we've got... We're low in Sao Paulo and low in Zulia. So we'll build a couple levels each in those areas. Let's go with 4 and 4. And we got another event. We've had a lot of high success chances, but we haven't finished yet. The Legacy of the Enlightenment. Gastão Pena has issued a particularly convincing public address in support of presidential republic, disseminating egalitarian ideals and citations to anti-royalist literature in equal measure. If we want the republic to be solid, we must first build its foundation. We need not look abroad for this foundation. We should seek it in the hearts of all the people of the nation. A magnificent display, extra success chance, weaker intelligentsia, or no words may overflow the divine order. Intelligentsia become more loyal, petit bourgeois become more radical. I'm going to do the first one. The intelligentsia are going to be mad, but they're not going to be that mad. We're still getting Brasilidad, so I'm feeling confident. We've got another City of Plenty event, this time in Amazonas. Once again, this is, I can just take a 10% more loyalists increase in the upper and middle strata, or I can take 25% and bet that upper strata loyalty, that upper strata standard of living will remain high. I'm going to take that bet. I virtually always do these days. Standard of living does not go down for the upper strata unless you're really, really messing up. Next is Carnaval. This year's Carnaval celebration is planned to be especially splendid in Minas Gerais. This can be an opportunity to appease the masses. Women painted in as spirits dance down the street as the men drum bewitching beats to throaty tunes. Children wave flags and sticks of fried food alike. The streets, once drab with the everyday bustle, exalt glory in a sea of color and glee. For one small moment, the world seemed at peace. A fine distraction, extra loyalists, or organize a truly magnificent festival. Way more loyalists costs money. I'm going to do the second one, because I've got so much money. I've got more money you can shake a stick at. So the increase in minimum standard of living has really, really impacted our loyalty base, and I'm feeling pretty happy with my results there. United States is trying to get a treaty port in Anahuac. They don't want our support, probably because we'll ask for huge piles of cash, and they know it. They know we want our huge piles of cash, but I just can't stop fighting in wars over huge piles of cash. Britain will just slide over this massive stack of £1 notes and gold and treasury bonds. And I'm like, okay, I'll send 10,000 Brazilians to die. That's just the way politics is. At least in Victoria 3. So Austria is trying to catch up with us in terms of national prestige, and I don't want that. So I'm going to build myself a new navy. Not that big a one, but yeah, and we're going to base this one in Brazil like the others. We want a good naval commander. This guy's a dockyard organizer. He's wounded. Extra morale loss. Ooh, don't want that. A Democrat, dockyard organizer, charismatic. Dockyard organizer, romantic. We'll go with the charismatic one. Promote him up to vice admiral. And we'll get started with just building a bunch of scout cruisers for this fleet. We'll build 10 levels in Zulia, 10 levels in Antioquia, 10 levels in Sao Paulo, and 10 levels in Rio de Janeiro. And I'm going to throw these all the way up at the top because those are going to take forever to hire and they're going to be building really fast. In fact, they're already pretty well towards being finished. Defensive pact with the French Republic, you say? Interesting proposal. But I think I'm good without it for now. I'm also going to need more convoys. Let's see where we are in the construction queue at this point. We're still building up steel mills and glassworks. Alright. That should be just fine. And what we'll do is once we've got dreadnoughts researched, because I think scout cruisers are better than destroyers. In fact, let's research Dreadnought first, and then Submarine, and then Destroyer, because I don't think Destroyer is that good. Let me check and make sure I'm not making this up, though. No, France. Let's just be friends for now. So Scout Cruisers, 50 offense, 50 defense, 50% convoy escort, whereas Destroyers are 30 offense, 40 defense, 35% convoy escort. So Scout Cruisers have much higher cost to build, but they're just generally a lot better. So I think that's completely fine if I just build scout cruisers for the moment. And this secondary fleet is going to be useful for many things. We lost a general to age. Let's see. A romantic defensive strategist. You seem good. And let's put one more guy over here. A bigoted surveyor and a communist. That's probably fine. We just won't over-promote him too hard. Don't Peter Principle that guy too much here. Alright. So we are steadily continuing to climb in prestige. We got Austria trying to come up on us, but they're not going to be able to compete with us from a naval power perspective because we have way more coastline than they do. And that's going to help us a lot. U.S. is buying our ammunition, which is rad. Okay, we're at 74%. Come on, you got to give me my presidential republic. You got to give me my presidential republic now. We just had a huge speech in support of it. Come on. And by the way, our target population is 73.5 million. And again, but it's never going to go higher than this because we continued to build up, we continue to incorporate new states, but I think we've fully finished out. Hey, I didn't vote for Pedro. Excellent. All right, so Vital de Boraper Rohan is no longer heading up the government. Our new leader is Deodoro Caldwell, and that means Free Trade Party, you're out. Agrarian Party, you're in. And now we've got a righteous government once again, which is rad. Alliance with the United States. I don't intend to assist you in waging aggressive war, United States. I'm happy with our defensive pact. So we're just going to let that continue. We're going to continue building up our everything and building up our everything. USA, are you losing a war to Anahuac right now? Because if so, that's pretty funny. What if I give you an obligation? No, thank you. I don't desire an obligation. Oh, hell on earth, you know, we're going to launch an inquiry into those plantations. We love inquiring. Let's see. Let's improve relations with Guatemala. Relations with Guatemala are not great. I think I took them as a protectorate by force a while ago. What about Los Altos? Central American. Standard of living is low. Population is primarily Maya. Los Altos, I think you're going to be a protectorate. Do you have any diplomacy? No, I don't want Los Altos as a protectorate. They keep having civil wars, and I don't like that. Anahuac, you're winning a war against the United States. Is anyone else on Anahuac's side here? They're not. Based. I can't bankroll them. I need better relations. I'm going to improve relations so that I can throw money at Anahuac so that they can continue to fight the United States, because I think that's pretty funny. Russia's still pretty wary of me. You got a lot of defensive pacts, Russia, I gotta say. If I... Oh, we changed colors. So we're in the actual Brazilian flag now. So I wonder how we get the stars and bars Brazil flag. Maybe I need to look that up. We've also changed color a little bit, I think. So what if I... Can't do any... So I want to get back Santa Marta. I want to get back Antioquia and Cauca. So let's find them here. Russia's got a lot of states, but I think we'll be able to find them. Maybe they're at the bottom? Santa Marta. So if I return Santa Marta... Oh, I can't do a return because it's a treaty port. Okay. Conqueror would be 4.9. I would have to do a take treaty port. There'd be 1.9 infamy. I can't see how much they would say yes right here. Maybe I'll try to get it as part of a different war. Maybe I'll try to get them against me in some kind of war and then... Alright, so we'll remove our consumption tax on fine art for the moment. We're real low on admin capacity, so let's put the admin capacity that I queued up at the top. We actually don't need to queue up all of it. In fact, we only need a little. We just need to get... Oh, healthcare's already continuing to increase. Beautiful. So that should be just fine then. Fascist Anglo-Indian. The Fascist Raj. Will he become my subject? Can I get a Brazilian Raj? I would love a Brazilian Raj. That would be very funny. Just looking at my options over here. I still don't have any path to workers' rights. My trade unions have never grown very strong. But if I could get a social democrat in charge of one of these parties, I could definitely clean up from a workers' rights perspective. Let's take a quick look at options for that. Oh man, thought I was going to have a crash. Oh man, game's running real slow. Let me see, you're a land reformer. I don't have any social democrats here. I got a vanguardist. Got a corporatist. Oh, you like regulatory bodies. That's interesting. I could bring you in, Felix Lubert of France. Félix Lubert. Yeah, let's bring this guy in. And we'll put you in charge. And now we'll go to regulatory bodies. This will radicalize the Catholic Church for some reason. But, you know, that's not a problem, because this is an atheist state. All right. We're getting our motor industries built up. Cost of coal is continuing to increase. We've got a ton of mines queued in. I'm actually going to queue in more coal mines, because we're going to need coal for more of our automation. I'm going to max out coal mines in Cajamarca and Pastaza, because I think that's going to be really effective. Second Brazilian fleet is low org, because the admiral we hired died. You're an ambitious convoy raider. Let's bring you in. Into a rear admiral ship. Obviously, we built up all those scout cruisers, but we haven't actually increased the size of the fleet yet. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm having an ear issue going on. All right. So as you can see, we spent most of this episode increasing the size of our economy, but boy howdy have we increased the size of our economy. We'll do another exploit the Amazon thing. This one's Guaviare, over here. And this is the same dialogue as before, so I'm going to give it more migration attraction. And to capitalize on that, we'll put some motor industries in the state. Put 10 levels of motor industries. You can't go with too many motor industries in the Amazon. That's a smart thing to have in the Amazon. Motor industries. Kablamzo. Got them. This is another place where we're a little bit short on construction efficiency. And there's Dreadnought. Beautiful. So now we can get the second Brazilian fleet hiring a huge pile of Dreadnoughts. So we'll do 5, 5, 5, and 5. And then we'll do 5, 5, 5, and 5. Some more employment in the north. And that's going to be 40 levels of Dreadnoughts. That'll be just fine. I'm going to once again queue those up to the top, because I think those will get built really, really, really fast. I realized I said I wanted to build up coal mines, and I do want to build up coal mines, but I am delaying the buildup of the coal mines, which is very silly of me, but it is what it is. And a day at the printers. Printers and gazettes affiliated with the rural folk have sensationalized the regulatory bodies law, and the public has misconstrued it. Gastão Pena has taken advantage of the public confusion for his own agenda. A few misunderstood words is all it took to plant the seeds. After that, a few honest mistakes for want of a thesaurus. By the end of the week, the law had changed to something else. The public now debated a matter that was barely pertinent to the regime. Send a correction to papers. Rural folks salty, 10% enactment chance. Ran the law through. Lebert gets reduced priority. He's my new guy, and I like him, so I don't want to reduce his popularity, or we'd be remiss not to listen to our constituents, make him more popular, but reduce enactment chance. I'm going to go with the first one. I don't think that's completely unreasonable. I think that's a completely reasonable way of approaching it. That said, this is going to be the end of the episode. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.